A lot of you guys out there want to ride with your girl on your bike, and I'm going to tell you guys, you may want to think twice about riding with a passenger on your motorcycle. Recently in the news, there was a couple on a motorcycle that got rear-ended by a car, and the passenger, she flew off. Luckily she did a tuck and roll and she was able to save herself, but unfortunately the biker, he got pinned underneath the car, and they were able to lift the car up and retrieve him, and luckily he was okay. They were extremely lucky. But I'm going to tell you this, guys, there's 5 reasons why you should not ride with a motorcycle passenger.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
Definitely make sure your passenger is wearing the full gear. I see so many passengers on bikes that don't wear gear. The rider will have gear, but the passenger doesn't. That's like the stupidest thing ever. I tell you guys, because you know, oftentimes the passenger will get bucked off the bike and they go head first on the ground. It can set them up for a real effed up day, man. Wear that gear, guys. And I have some links to some awesome gear if you want to get it. This is my favorite helmet. This is an ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, and it comes with an automatic tint shield. I have a link to it if you want to get into my other gear, like this airbag vest to help keep you safe. This is like a lifeline, will help you stay safe out there. The shorty gloves. I have links to all my gear in the description and comment section of this video. But like I said, I don't think you should ride with a passenger. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. Is number one, most of you are not riding with the suspension that's set up for riding 2-up. When you don't have your suspension set up for 2 riders, that can greatly affect the handling of the bike. I mean, if you got a big gal on the back of your bike, man, that could bottom out the suspension, create some sparks. Like I said, adversely affect the handling of the bike. Most riders I see, they do not tune their suspension for 2-up riding. Most don't, because it's too much of a hassle. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna continuously ride 2-up, you have to do that. Number 2 is the passenger movement. If they are not schooled on how to be a motorcycle passenger, you know, they shift their weight. When you shift your weight, you need to school them on that. Because if you're going around a corner and their body is like turn over here and you're over here, that could cause the bike to go out of control. I'll tell you this, that I was talking with this guy, and he told me a story about this one guy that put a passenger on his bike, and he didn't know who she was. She wanted to ride on his bike. He didn't even know who she was. He just thought she was good looking and that she, you know, hey, I'll give her a ride on my bike. And which was really dumb. She wasn't schooled on how to be a passenger. And what did she do? She says, hey man, you're going too slow. Crank it up or something. And she reaches over and grabs the throttle and rips it, and they end up hitting the back of a car and head first into the car, and it ended up paralyzing the biker. And the passenger, she got very lucky. She didn't get hurt. If she did, it was very minor. But the poor biker, he got paralyzed, man, from the neck down. And she tried to sue him and blame him for the accident that she had. And he got the worst of it. I mean, for the rest of his life, he's paralyzed. She didn't even apologize to him, and it was her fault. But really, it was his fault, because you shouldn't ride with a passenger, man. I'm telling you, instead, get your wife or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend or whatever, have them get a motorcycle, buy them a motorcycle so you both can ride together. Because that brings me to the next point, is that it's a liability risk. If they're on the back, you know, the passenger falls off the bike or gets bucked off the bike and they get hurt really bad, or they die or something, the family or her, they could sue you for everything you got, man. And if you don't have top of the line coverage with your insurance and even backup insurance, they can end up taking everything you got, man. And that brings me to number 4, is that trust. Do you trust this biker that you're riding with your life? You know what I'm saying? Because he could set you up for a real effed up day or no days left, if he doesn't, maybe he doesn't have the skills to ride with 2 Up. All right, maybe he, you don't know. Now, even if you know if he's really a really good rider, it's still a bad idea to put your life in his hands, man. Like I said, if you want to go for a ride, get your own motorcycle, okay? And I tell you, couples who ride together stay together. But it brings me to number 5. Now, I know you guys are going to think this is silly, but this could have been the reason for that accident I mentioned earlier where the guy rear-ended that couple on the bike. She was wearing some Daisy Dukes. I mean, she was wearing, and she had a nice rear end, and that was hanging off the back of the bike. And that, I tell you, a car driver could be fixated, get target fixation on her rear end, or maybe she's just an attractive woman or whatever, and maybe she's not one, but she's really good looking, she doesn't have a helmet on, she's got a pretty face, and the driver is fixated on your passenger, and they forget to hit the brakes. That could have been the reason on why that accident took place. I don't know for sure, but she had a nice rear end, man. And if I was in a car, you know, I've been in my car before and saw a woman on the back that had a nice shapely rear end. It was very attractive, and I'll tell you that I can see how you can get target fixation and not pay attention to stop it or something. It's dangerous, man. And I'll tell you guys, it's the rider and the passenger's fault, because like I said, you shouldn't be riding 2 Up. But if you're going to ride 2 Up, make sure she's got the full gear on, head to toe, so they can't see how pretty she is underneath that helmet. They can't see how shapely that rear, well, they still may see how shapely her rear end is, because you want tight pants on. You know, you don't want loose pants, super loose pants. So with her bent over the back on that sport bike sticking out, it still could be, you know, make the car driver get target fixated on her rear end, man. Now, I know some of you guys probably think that's funny or something, but honestly, it's a truth. Like I said, I've done it, I've seen, I've never crashed. Obviously, I've never crashed in the back of a bike or anything, but it's distracting. It's very it's distracting, man. Especially when you love to see a rear end like that. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, guys, you're gonna do what you want to do, and that's fine. You know, I'm just trying to give you some helpful tips here to keep you from having a real effed up day, or you end up your finances have a real effed up day because you're getting sued by your passenger. But do what you want to do. Leave a comment below, guys. What do you feel about 2 Up riding? You know, riding with a motorcycle passenger. Leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. That's why I do these videos, guys. You know, I love to hear your side of it, and you know, I'm not always right, but I feel like I have a strong case here with these 5 points. But you can do what you want to do. But anyways, make sure to hit thumbs up. It helps my channel. Make sure to subscribe to my All-in-One Motorcycle channel. I appreciate all you guys. Stay safe out there. Wear all the gear all the time. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.